Hello, how are you? I'm Jess Jones, and I've just been feeling really inspired to share a little bit of a message that I received a while back, and something that I've been working on for probably the past 8 or 9 months now, to really help me to take my inner peace and my spiritual awakening to the next level. I noticed that throughout my meditation, throughout my yoga, and throughout my life, I was really able to find inner stillness and peace and let all of those nasty thoughts go. Except when I was in my car. When I was driving, if someone would cut me off, I would get frustrated. I would, instantly pass a judgment about someone that I didn't even know for, cutting me off, or I might have cut them off and I still pass a judgment against them. And I know that this is not something that I alone experience, because I have ridden in the car with hundreds of people, and I've actually stopped riding in the car with other people recently because people are really aggressive when they're behind the wheel. And I just want to share a little piece of how I was able to let go of my aggression when I was driving, because I live in Los Angeles, and if anyone else lives in Los Angeles or a major city, if you have a problem with traffic, if it causes you, anxiety, anger, if it ruins your day and you live in a place that's full of traffic, you're set up to be miserable. And until you really address that part of your day that causes you to be so miserable, in LA, there's some days when I spend hours of my day in the car and sitting stopped in traffic. It just took me 45 minutes to get 5 miles down the road to my house, and if I would have been angry throughout that entire time, gosh, my whole day would have just went from being beautiful to ruined. So it's really important that we learn how to calm ourselves down, how to really captivate that witness perspective within us while we're driving, so that we can start to practice our perfection of our mind while we're in the car. Practice our stillness, practice our blessing, practice our prayer. So I challenge you, the next time someone cuts you off in traffic, to be aware of what reaction comes out of you. Do you respond with anger? Do you curse them? Do you, flick them off or honk your horn? Honking your horn, unless, someone's about to smash into you and you're warning them to, hey, someone's here. Honking it otherwise is just aggressive. Saying, it's yelling at someone in a sense from your car. And if you wouldn't get up and yell at someone in front of their face out of your car, why would you do it in your car? Why? They can't hear you. They feel your energy, though. They feel that negativity, and they feel bad inside. They feel bad when someone honks at them. Or they respond with anger, and then that person flips you off. And then you guys, I've actually seen people cut one another off, and then the other person speeds around them to cut that person off who cut them off. It's like, wow, look at this aggressiveness that we're breeding in our society, in our cars. And in our cars, driving, this is our sense of freedom. This is when we totally, completely are free to drive within whatever lines we want to drive, to turn whenever we want to turn, and we need to be conscious that our personal freedom also comes up with other people's personal freedom. And so we want to be in a space where our freedoms aren't bumping into each other all the time. And the only way that we get there is by finding that peace within. So the next time you're in a car and someone cuts you off or doesn't use their turning signal and signal to you, or you're stuck in traffic and you're in a rush and you have X amount of time to get somewhere and you're stressing out, you're feeling your heart start to flutter, you're gonna be late for work or late to pick your kids up or whatever it is, when that person cuts you off, instead stop yourself in that moment. Stop yourself, take a deep breath, instead of flipping them off. Take that breath, and then in your mind, bless them. Send a blessing to them. Instead of yelling, stop yourself. Or maybe yell and then stop yourself right away and bless them. Because this is work. This is going to take work, and it's going to take practice. And it's going to take a while. So don't judge yourself if it takes months of you screaming at someone and then instantly blessing them again in your mind to counter that negative emotion that came through you. while you work to program your mind to be more peaceful and more loving, always, even when you're in traffic, even when people cut you off, even when people, almost hit you, because that's going to happen. It's going to happen all the time. And if we allow ourselves to let that affect us, we're going to be really constantly having to defend ourselves from someone else coming into our world and stealing away our good day. So right when they cut you off, in your mind, bless them. I bless that being. That's all you have to say. I know that they are trying to get to where they need to be, just as I am. And bless them. It's really that simple. But you have to do it over and over and over and over again until one day someone cuts you off and that negative thought doesn't come up at all. You simply bless them and continue on your way. That's how we change the subconscious program. Our subconscious program in our car is this aggressive, battle galactic, like, I've got to be in charge of everything, and we've got to change that subconscious habit in our minds by putting new habits, blessings into our mind whenever someone cuts us off. So it's going to take time. Be patient with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. It's okay in the beginning stages if your mind still yells at someone. It's okay. As long as afterwards you're recognizing that happened. So often we just scream at people and we don't even realize we're doing it. We don't even realize that we're spitting this negative hate at someone else. And they feel that, even if they don't hear it because they're in their own car. So really, in the car, this was my last spot of really clearing my mind. I'd gotten my head right in public. If someone, was mean to me, I was able to bless them. When I got in my car, it just became a little different, a little bit more challenging. So let this time in your car, your personal space, this time to yourself, be a time when you really check in with your mind. Check in to hear what thoughts are going on up there, seeing if they're negative, seeing if they're positive. And whatever they are, just don't judge it. Just fill it up with blessings. Counter whatever negative response comes up with love. It's really that simple. And over time, you will reprogram that negative emotion, and all you'll be feeling is love towards others. And if that doesn't work, if you're really feeling stressed when you're driving, say you're running late on time. And this can be very, very stressful. Well, what you want to do then is you want to do a breathing technique while you're driving. And I listen to mantra music, or I listen to nature music. I listen to something very soothing to my heart. I don't listen to the radio talking about really negative things, because that negative music feeds my negative response towards people around me. So I listen to really lovely mantra music if I'm running late, or if I'm feeling a little bit more stressed out in my car, or I listen to just loving sounds that are soothing with no words. And I'll do a breath that's going to be an inhale through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. And I'll take my left or right hand, depending on which one, I'm more comfortable driving with. This really doesn't matter. And I'll place it on either my heart, if I'm feeling a little anxiety over being late, or over my third chakra, my solar plexus, which is right underneath your sternum here. And I'll place my hand here if I'm feeling angry or aggressive, or if someone cut me off and something strings up inside of me. That usually is in our third chakra, because this is our center of our power and our confidence. And if it gets a little bit tested, it can also be a place of manipulation and a place of domination and aggressiveness. So if you're feeling stressed or if you're feeling angry, that's where you want to have that hand be. And then your other hand is on the wheel, driving your car. You're still eyes open, you're still focusing, but you're allowing yourself, when you place your hand on your body, you're allowing yourself to turn your awareness inward. With your eyes open, you're still present to your external world, so you're still capable of driving, but your hand on your body is signaling to yourself to turn within. So turning within while driving your car still, you'll take a deep breath in through your nose, and then calmly whistling the breath out and inhaling through the nose again. Maybe even counting to 8 in your mind before exhaling. Nice and calm out your mouth. This breath will be so amazing, and just continue it that way. In, counting to 8 in your mind. And then 8 on your exhale. You want the breath to be even like that because this helps to calm your central nervous system. When our inhales are deeper than our exhales, or vice versa, this does different things within our body. And the goal here is to get us to a calm, neutral state so that we can bless anyone that comes into our world while we're driving. Just remember that everyone in their car is also trying to get somewhere. And no two people are trying to get to the same spot. So just bless them on their journey, that they may get to their space safe, and bless yourself that you may also get to your home safe or your end destination safe. We're all in this together, and spread this message of love. Namaste.